Huawei is waking up to the damage of its blacklisting by the White House. During a panel discussion at the company's Shenzhen headquarters, Ren Zhengfei laid out the impact in numbers.
In the next 2 years, I think we will reduce our capability, as our revenues will be about $30 billion lower than predicted. So our sales forecast is $100 billion in revenue this year and next year. But in 2020, we may regain our growth momentum to contribute more to human society.
In February, U.S. companies began having to seek government permission to sell components to Huawei in a move designed to harm the Chinese company's ability to operate abroad. And it's worked better than Huawei's boss had expected.
At the time, we didn't think the matter would disrupt our business. We didn't anticipate it was going to be as severe as it has become. But we did some preparation. It's like a badly damaged airplane. We protected only the core elements, like the fuel tank. We didn't protect our other parts.
And there could be more structural damage ahead for Huawei, as the U.S. continues to urge its allies not to involve the Chinese company in their 5G networks. Huawei strongly denies the White House's claims that its systems could provide a backdoor through which Beijing could spy on or even cripple the West. And despite U.S. efforts, Ren Zhengfei insists Huawei can repair its broken wings and fly again.
And for more on this story, I'm joined now by my colleague Gerhard Elfers from DW's Business Desk. Welcome, Gerhard. Remind us again and tell us more as to why Huawei is under such intense fire from the US.
Well, it's several reasons. Huawei is the world's biggest supplier of telecoms infrastructure hardware. And as we see in the report, the 5G networks, they are springing up all over the world now. They form the backbone of the next industrial revolution, if you will, when every machine talks to every other machine and even to the customers' machines in their homes. So that infrastructure is extremely critical. And if you have a company like Huawei, which is sort of operating from a country that is not really a free country, you can say what you want about China, but it is not a free country. There is the possibility that there are backdoors, that there are this hardware sort of sends information back to Beijing, to the secret services there. That is the worry, and that's not only the US, but also the UK, Australia. The EU has been very critical of Huawei and warned.
So all these Western countries have ganged up, but is there any evidence that Huawei is using its infrastructure to listen in?
Well, US prosecutors have said in April that they actually do have evidence about sanctions busting and bank fraud against Huawei, but they've obtained this evidence from secret surveillance. So we have to be very careful about how they present it and who they present it to. And but just what can be done, what could be done by Huawei, if there is just the possibility that they have built-in backdoors, the potential damage is so grand that it might be better, and I think everybody thinks that, to err on the side of caution. And Mr. Ren, the CEO and founder of Huawei, has a long history. He was with military, with the Chinese military before he founded the company for many years. So there are strong links between the Chinese military and the Huawei leader. So no evidence, no factual evidence yet, but enough grounds for suspicion.
Right. Gerhard Elfers, thank you very much for that.